Hello, our users. My name is John Kulas. I'm a 20-year professor of industrial organizational psychology, 11-year user of R for normal, boring, statistical, analytical applications. And for the last 8 or 9 years, I've also been using R to self-contained projects, to not just do my analyses, but to talk about the analyses and to communicate. The communication aspect of what used to be called data science. I don't know if that's still a term or not. I forgot that I chose that song for this. I don't know how many people will recognize this or know or appreciate, I guess, but I do spend a little time on the title slide and also the lounge song that I use for a bit of intro there. Let me clear my throat here for a second. So one reason to change this off of Tuesdays at 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern is just so I don't have this frog in my throat all the time. I'm starting to get self-conscious about it. But the title slides, hopefully people have noticed that those are topical. But the songs, as much as possible, I try to make the songs topical as well. But I think it's an inside joke that only I get. Anyway, this week we're going to be talking about speech recognition. And so if you get a chance, go back and listen to that song. I think it's funny as we're talking about speech recognition. So every week I hang out, and there's other people who sometimes pop by. It's summer, so I'm not really expecting. Um, People have lives, they have interests, they have other things that they want to do. Um, I mean, go figure. These people, they have lives. Uh, but so we hang out every Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern, and we're using this metaphor of an academic office hour. All of us that hang out got to know each other through university. Um, and so we just hold an open office hour. If there's anyone that's interested in this, might want to pop by and ask a question. Now, the need for something like this maybe is becoming somewhat obviated with AI, because that's kind of what AI does as well. But if you are not feeling or missing the warm embrace of an actual human, as opposed to the cold, deathly touch of a AI robot, you're welcome to stop by. And so we would love to have you here. So what I intended to do with this was to literally have something like an office hour where if a student or someone who's interested in doing this kind of pops by and they say, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think?" We could collectively kind of work those sorts of issues out. And so that'll still take priority. I don't know if that'll ever take off or not, but in the back of my head, I'm hoping that it's something that could actually happen. But we've been having a lot of fun as well in the meantime, in the absence of that, just covering different features of using your analytical platform as a communication tool to craft things like papers and tech reports and slide presentations, websites, books, you name it. Whatever it is that you're whatever it is that you hope to end up with as a product of your analytical focus, you can wrap the entire project within the same platform. And so that's what we've been doing. Um, and I, I was just thinking about this as the lounge intro music was playing, that I think what we've been doing in terms of capabilities, in terms of looking at how to author things using these analytical platforms, we've been looking at capabilities and kind of working on the fringes a little bit with those capabilities. I'm thinking the next couple of weeks, I think one of the things, and if anyone has any feedback on this, I would love to hear it. I'd love to hear what people are interested in maybe seeing or walking through. But what I was thinking was maybe kind of going back to basics a little bit. So tonight we'll take a look at one of these capabilities that's kind of neat. But I think going back to basics, the next few weeks, I'm toying with the idea of maybe just kind of going over some of the kind of ABCs of using Quarto or R Markdown as an authoring system. And so that would include just basics like how to include your analyses within the larger document, what type of document types might matter, how to cross-reference things. So and again, all of these capabilities, you can find them yourself, but I don't know. It's something I was kind of toying with. So if anyone wants to leave a comment or just drop me a note, I'd be curious to see if that's something that people might be interested in. But that being said, tonight we're not going to go back to the basics. Tonight we're going to try something very new that I hadn't really thought of before. But we're going to talk about enabling speech recognition within these revealed JS slides. Now, what you're looking at and what's posted in the comments is a revealed JS slide. By the way, I should actually mention there might be some people out there. The Pink Panther here in the lower right hand corner, there's a hyperlink there. If you want to follow that, that goes to the repository that I've been using, and Diego's a contributor here as well, that we've been using to author these slides and keep just everything that we've done here in a central location. And there's a couple people I believe that have been that have shown maybe some interest in this, which is great. I would love anyone to take any of what we've come up with um, and actually work with it. Look at this. We got a surprise guest here.
Hello.
Ian, it's awesome to see you. I was just saying that I wasn't expecting too many guests to pop by over these summer months here because you guys all have other stuff going on, other more interesting things to do. But it's always good to see you. You want to tell good people of YouTube what you've been up to? Anything new and exciting?
I released a pretty cool stock app on my website.
Okay, well, let's take a look at that. So I know you and Casey are always working on interesting things. Okay, is that something that we can take a look at?
Yeah, if
Okay,
you open up a new tab, it's called startyourday.com.
okay. Let me finish my one thought here, and then we'll take a look at it. So this repository, if anyone's interested, it has everything that we've used for these weekly YouTube sessions. What I did today, because it was getting to be a lot, so I actually organized it a little bit. I made two folders. I made a 2023 and 2024 folder, and I just put all of the source files that we've been using to create primarily these slides. There's other stuff that we've done as well, but primarily these slides. If you're interested in doing something like using Survey Down or the or the survey platforms, I think we've only talked about Survey Down. You can find that information in here as well. But the way in which these slides are structured is I'll be calling out to a structure, a file and folder structure that was there prior to me creating that 2023 and 2024 folder. So you can still access the HTML files in here. You may have difficulty running the scripts, and so if you have difficulty running the scripts, it's probably going to just be related to the specification of images. And so if I just pull up a random one here, um, we can probably see a very early here on line 60. I'm calling up a JPEG file, an image file, but it's within an IMG folder from the old folder structure. So that kind of thing is now going to throw an error if anyone is interested in actually trying to run that code and actually kind of replicate what we've been doing here weekly. Now you're free to take anything from the 2025 main folder because that should always render on your local machine. But the old stuff you might have to do a bit of an amendment to. Well, what did I do there? I hit the V button. I didn't know that that was a capability. I didn't know that was a feature. All right, sorry, Ian. So I was just look at that. There's a keyboard shortcut on these Reveal.js slides. I use F all the time because F gives us full screen, but V apparently goes dark.
Ooh.
And so there used to be what we need a listing of all these capabilities. So there used to be a mirroring function as well that I used to use. That I think that was on Jerningen, the old slide kind of format. But the mirroring now is gone. The cloning, I don't believe, is currently something that is out of the box anyway. So anyway, I'm getting very sidetracked. Let's check out this app. So you're gonna make us a millionaire? Is that what's going on, Ian?
I mean, if you have a lot of money, it works out that way, I guess.
Wait, so you need a lot of money to first become a millionaire?
No, but
Okay, good.
it
Because
does
that would kind of,
accelerate the process.
but yeah, okay, but that kind of takes some of the whole appeal out of it anyway, right? Like if
I
I need a lot,
mean, I think now that I'm like starting to, invest more time in investing, it's a lot safer when you have more money to invest in things.
that makes sense. No, I don't owe you a fee for this financial advice, do I?
No, I
Ian,
don't,
see, yeah, you should say yes. So you should, this is how you're going to become a millionaire. You should say, yes, cool ass. I'm going to send a bunch of goons over there to shake you down for $100.
Well, the point is to get people first and then, get them
Oh,
interested,
oh,
the freemium kind of thing.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was never very good at sales, so I'll trust you. You're probably right. I'm probably wrong.
I don't know.
All right, what am I checking out here?
It's called Start
Start.
Yo
Yo, I like that.
Day.
Well, this one might be so the autocomplete it might be more successful for you. Anytime you put Disneyland in there,
You want to just check
I'm
that one out just
guessing
for a
you're
quick
gonna.
second? Do you want to see what it is? I
Sh-
don't know.
Sure.
Let's see. Oh, isn't it? It's an app to plan your Disney adventure.
I am so sick of apps. There's an app for everything. Well, you're probably gonna show me an app, aren't you? All right,
Yes.
start
Start
yo
Yo Day
day. No,
.com.
I think this sounds familiar. Have you shown me like a prototype of this? Oh my goodness, look at this.
So what you
So
have to
and
do?
you're just
Yeah.
doing this in your you're just kind of doing this in your free time, right?
I can send you so we don't have to go through too many loops. I
No,
can
I'm
send
sure
you an
people would
API
love this.
key. Well, yeah, that's true too. If
What?
you want to, we can easily get a free API key.
Well, I'm just saying, I think so. The purpose of this weekly session is to show people how we can author neat stuff, not just within R, but just within a traditionally considered to be quantitative platform. And so that includes things like dashboards. Now, I know you've been using VS Code more than the rest of us. No, are you still using VS Code or
Yes, I
yes?
usually use it at work too. But I've been also using like Cursor, and for this I use Lovable as
Okay.
well.
I see that. What is Lovable?
Lovable's a pretty awesome website. Uh, code. Um,
That's not very lovey. It told me I don't have access.
I'd say it's like a kind of like a chat GPT, but designed to design your website for you.
Okay. Well, I might check it out because I've been stuck on a website that I've been authoring
Yeah, if you
for
want,
about two
I
weeks.
sent a free API key that you can use in the chat.
Okay. Why is it? Do you want me to use it or is
Yeah,
it?
you can use it. You can use it. It's fine.
Okay.
Um, and so now this is live data,
Yeah, that's awesome. And so you're pulling this from, well, now the markets are closed now, right? So this
right? So
is,
it's not gonna, it shouldn't fluctuate too much. Um, but this is from Alpha Advantage, which is a company that uh, you can buy a subscription to their stock data, but they also do a 25 limit free API call. So
and now, um, so I'm pretty good with numbers, but as soon as you put a dollar sign in front of it, I'm pretty much useless. So uh, I'm just visually, this looks very nice. And so, and you're using VS Code and what languages?
this one used HTML and I
Okay,
think JavaScript.
okay.
So I actually use Claude to create the script, and then I pasted it into Lovable, and that's how I did the whole process.
Wow, that's great. And how much feedback did you need kind of back and forth between pasting the code and rendering the browser
It
files?
really was really pretty seamless. I did it on like 2 Fridays ago, and it was pretty quick. I mean, I've been testing out a couple of different formats for the website and like different ideas, but this is definitely the best one I've come up with so far.
It looks great. And so who are your intended users here on this?
Anyone that wants to like invest in like the S&P 500,
Uh, and so there's 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 500 organizations in the S&P 500, right? So
yes.
so
So
we're
if
looking at
you,
what, 10?
yeah, the default with this current filter is 10, but if you play around with it, you can get more or less depending on the different variables that you can set.
Oh, I see.
So
So
like
we
the
actually have
volume,
the screening filters. I see.
yeah,
Okay. You know what I was, I think, confused with is we've been using our dashboards so frequently that I'm used to seeing this as a sidebar on the vertical left and not up here. Okay. Well, that's really neat, Ian. Congratulations. I'm always like blown away by what you guys are coming up with. And I'm guessing that your experience was using AI now has made a lot of this more accessible, right?
yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of the skill set now is just more so on knowing what the AI can do. So it's more so just like understanding your thought process to come up with ideas and like execute them.
Yeah, it's scary. I think, well, I mean, I've told Diego and others this, but I think the skill set that I so carefully tried to craft over the course of 30 years or so, I, I think it feels like I'm being, it feels like if I were,
Emulated,
what's that?
emulated.
Well, no, it just feels like I don't know how unique and special my skill set is at this point, because it feels like a lot of, a lot of the a lot of the knowledge and skill and experience using this stuff and building things, it's just uh, you're given you're given something now. You don't need that. There's an easy bypass now.
Yeah, but I think it can't really decipher a data set and understand the psychometrics or the statistical values in certain like
Yet,
enterprise
I mean,
data. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I mean, so maybe five 5 years, maybe less. We'll see.
I don't know. It's going pretty quick. I think
Yeah.
I think I better get used to being able to just kick my feet back and have a mai tai on the beach because it kind of seems like that's about all I'm going to be good for here pretty soon. All right, let's do our transition into what happened last week. If I can find it.
Last time you remember, Boris had stolen the world's supply of upsidasium and loaded it into a fleet of trucks. But he forgot that upsidasium falls up, and the whole fleet was soon floating skywards.
You didn't tell me they were going by air, Boris.
I didn't know myself.
You mean you can't get them back?
Of course, Mr. Big. Just takes a little while, is all.
How long?
How about 20 years?
You won't be around that long, Boris.
Oh, boy.
But our heroes have also spotted the floating trucks.
Look, General Broadbeam, there goes the upsidasium now.
Then all is lost. We're outflanked. We'll never get it back.
Don't despair, General. We'll think of something.
We generally do. You get it, Rock? I said...
There's only one thing to do, Bullwinkle.
Yeah, you see, he's a
I'm
general...
going to try to round up those trucks.
Boy, try to make a joke around here.
Poor Bullwinkle. He doesn't get appreciation for his good joke. I can relate. I can relate. So last week, what we looked at an extension that took your code from your QMD. So this is intended to be used for a Quarto document, and Quarto documents have that QMD extension on them. And it would take your code from that QMD document and append it when it echoed, it would append it at the very end of the document. So it would put all your code into an appendix, which is pretty cool. So we played with it a little bit. There's a link to the extension itself if you're interested in it. This auto appendices title is a hyperlink, and it'll take you to the repository where the extension was authored and is currently supported, and you can walk through the install directions there. We did a couple of things. So first of all, in order to enable that, you are going to use this filter code within your YAML. So I've just been putting this at the very bottom to kind of remind myself when I'm working on something that, yeah, there's an extension that was actually used on this, and the code appendix is just, I believe it's probably the name of the repo here. Yeah, code appendix. Um, and again, there's capabilities discussed on that page if you want to follow that hyperlink. So the filtered command in the YAML is important, and there isn't a lot there in terms of content within the package or the extension. I'm sorry. It's pretty focused in terms of what it does. One thing you can do is you can make the title whatever you want the title to be. We did that. So our document created, and in this particular case, we did a PDF document. We rendered both as a PDF and as an HTML file. But the title of the appendix, you can, on line 9 here, you can see how we did it. And then there's an option that we played with as well, that I shouldn't say instead of, in addition to appending your code at the end of your document, you can also append the code into an entire script chunk. And that's an entire script file. So all of your code from all of your chunks, which tend to be interspersed within these documents, it all just gets zapped right to a file. And that's pretty cool. And Ian, the use cases we were talking about for these are if you're doing a technical report, a professor might say something like just put output or put code into an appendix, and this would be an easy way to do that. Um, the other use case would be for homework assignments. So if a professor wanted students to kind of show their code or show their work, this might be a good option there. Now, we only tried R chunks. You mentioned Ian, that for your dashboard you're using HTML and JavaScript, and I've been using HTML as well on my website, in addition to having the markdown within Quarto translate to HTML. I've been writing direct HTML as well. So and you can do that in a code chunk. And so you can do an R code chunk, you can do a Python code chunk, you can do an HTML code chunk, you can do a Mermaid code chunk, you can do a data viz. There's all kinds of different chunks that you can do. Now, last week, what we didn't do is we didn't try different types of chunks. I'm assuming that they render as well. but certainly the R chunks, which is going to be the majority of what most people probably write when they're using Quarto, at least people that are watching this program. And then the even if you say yes, I want the code appendix file to be created. One thing that we didn't talk about last week, but is true, is that even though you want that additional script file to convey all the information from all your code chunks, it's still going to give you an appendix by default if you use the code appendix filter, which makes sense because that's the main purpose of it. But you can toggle that off. So there's one feature here that we didn't try, and I don't have it in the visible code chunk here. So this code chunk just goes from lines 1 to 11, or the content being lines 2 to 10. There's an additional code that we could put in the YAML called code appendix write, and that code appendix write, the default value is true, again because the primary point of this extension is to write a code appendix at the end of your document. But you can set that to false. So if you just wanted to put everything in a script file, in this case it's called penguins.r, and not have an appendix at the end of your document, you could do that as well. So another way you could actually use this. Now, one thing it did was it took all of the chunks and it just kind of stacked them into one appendix instead of a different appendix for each chunk. That doesn't look like it's something we could probably request in terms of a feature request, but one way to get around that we found that worked pretty well last week was to just use the comment convention within your code chunks, and those comments are repeated in the appendix. So that's one good way to kind of just note what we're having there. And then for a PDF, you probably want to use a little LaTeX, and there's a hyperlink there as well that talks about using special characters to get spaces and to get breaks and page breaks and line breaks and things like that when you're rendering to a PDF. And so there's different philosophies on what command to use. I generally just go to this /new page if I'm in a PDF document, and that, for my purposes, it seems to work pretty good. Okay, so that was last week. This week, what we're going to do, and Ian, I'm glad you're here because I think I need a little help with this, is we're going to check out this extension that enables speech recognition. Now, this is not something that I would typically have a lot of interest in, but I just thought it was neat. It's kind of a different capability. We've, we've seen some accessibility. The people that support Quarto and Posit in general seem to be fantastic in terms of accessibility and making their products kind of thoughtful of different different abilities and disabilities. And so we've seen, for example, screen reader integrates, making screen readers more effective through using things like labels and alternative labels, and speech recognition might be another one of those kind of accessibility capabilities. So I I'm fine using a keyboard, but not everyone is. So the link to the repo is on here. Now,
You just gave me an idea, Dr. Kulas.
yeah, what's that?
So, like the speech recognition, would you be able to like control different slides and like kind of almost autonomously travel through different slides based on what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, and there's not any training on this either. So I actually went through it. So here's an example. Would you be interested in trying the example, Ian, or do you want me to do
Okay.
it?
Yeah, let's try it.
All right, let me, I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna put the repository link in the comments, and I think it should be hyperlinked. I'll put it in the private chat too, just in case that's a little easier for you. But then if you want to share screen, maybe you can walk us through the example. And I did the example earlier this week, and it worked. So
Do I have to use VS Code?
no, no. Well, no, you're not gonna. If you want to create an actual presentation, you can do that as well. But what I was thinking for now is if you could just walk through the example. So the example is already crafted. And then what we'll do is we'll take it and we'll make a new slide deck, I guess.
Hmm. So I would use R. Is that correct?
Yes, this is a Quarto extension. You could probably do this. It doesn't need to be R. It just needs to be Quarto.
Wait, just let
So
me see if I have the because I this is actually a new computer that I'm using, so I might not have the extension installed for Photo. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it's gonna just take a little bit to install.
okay, that's fine. Why don't you just walk through the example, Ian?
Okay.
So if you access that hyperlink and then share
Mm-hmm.
your screen,
Let me pop it open. This
StreamYard might be a little funky again. It looks like it's kind of keeping us in a
present
weird configuration.
slideshow. Present share screen. I have a little gray box. Is that strange? When I press share screen?
A little gray box. Well, usually I see something, but I don't see you trying yet.
Do you see something now at the moment?
Uh, no, not yet. Hey, I like that you put "Start Yo Day" uh, in as your banner. I
Let's
hadn't seen
see.
that.
I'm pressing the plus with the screen thing, but
Yep, plus with the screen, and then there should be. Let me see. I gotta stop mine.
oh,
So
there. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
then there should be a share
I
screen
got it
option.
now. Okay. Okay.
There we go. Okay, so if you, thank you, that looks great. So you're right. It is a QMD. I thought this was actually. I thought he had. Let me see on his repo if he actually has a slide we can go to. Yes, there is an example. Ian, if you go to the very top of the repo on the right, that hyperlink. So
Ah, I see.
this is this should actually walk us through. Now, you're not getting a pop-up, are you? Did you get a
It
pop-up that
should be popping up, but okay, here we go.
did you have
So now it's hearing my voice.
did you have a pop-up show up in your browser that says that
Yes.
it wants to use your microphone?
Yes, I think it's hearing me right now.
Okay. Well then, so what you should be able to do, let's look at this and see. I think the command that it's looking for is next slide. So if you
Next slide. Oh wow. Oh my god.
so you could also do previous slide if you want to go back.
Previous slide. Oh
You
wow.
enunciate very well, Ian. I'm glad you're doing this.
This
Uh,
AI really needs it, I'm telling you.
Last slide should go to the last slide in the presentation.
Last slide. Last slide.
I wonder if cadence matters at all. Oh,
Last slide. Oh, there you go. It
yeah,
does.
I
It
just
needs a
wanted it
little speed
faster.
on that.
And so first slide goes back to the first.
First slide.
And you can apparently also go to slide number and then just give it a number.
Slide number 3.
It says go to slide number.
Oh, go to slide number 4.
That's awesome.
That is
Oh,
really
it just
cool.
repeats it right there too. You
I
said
see.
exactly what he says to do. Go to slide number 4, he says. All right. And we can set these also, Ian. So we can set these to whatever we want, which is going to be fun. So
So,
we'll
wait, if
say
I
like
say,
we'll say hippopotamus, and that'll be the keyword to go somewhere.
oh, can I say go to slide dinner? Go to slide dinner.
I don't think it's going to know the
Oh, it doesn't
name
know
of
these on
it.
the
It'll
sides?
know the number. It'll know the
Oh, I
number.
see.
Now,
Okay.
in that section, if you go back a couple of slides, so maybe go previous slide, previous slide.
Go to previous slide.
Um, One
Okay.
of these does kind of an advancement. There you go. So this is the one where he's
One sheep. Two sheep. Three sheep.
I don't know why I like this so much, but I like it.
Oh my god. So, oh my god, this would have been. I mean, it's great because it just here's your microphone, and as you're going through your presentation or your slide deck, it just automatically does. You don't have to have a clicker.
No, you don't need a clicker. Yeah, that's true.
That's
You don't
awesome.
need a clicker. You like it?
I think it's fantastic. This is going to be great for in-class presentations.
Okay. So since you do not have Quarto installed, I think maybe
Bring
I'll
it back
try
to
it.
you. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. So I'm just on the repo again here, kind of where you were. There's an example QMD that I think we can use to start, but we're going to need to add the extension. And so as we've been using these extensions, Ian, what we've found is that um, it's you're going to want to work within project directories. So I'm going to create a new project. We'll call it in a new directory. It's a new project and it's on my desktop. I'm going to call it speech. Call it speech recog. And the reason we're doing that is because we need those extension folders, or we need those extension files. And so
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
could see you getting pretty advanced. You could be like on week 9 and then go to like week 3 or something and then do that type of thing. Like just bring about the material that you need to kind of verify and that type of thing.
Yeah, the neat thing is when they first started having these kinds of capabilities, you really needed to train, but you needed to train the capability on your voice and your cadence. Now that's not something that seems like we need anymore. So now in my project folder here, there's this underscore extensions, and here's the looks like largely JavaScript that's controlling what we need to actually do. So let's add the extension. So I'm going to create a new presentation. So we'll do a Reveal.js presentation. And this is intended for these types of presentations. So we'll call it speeching. Those doggone antivirus
I know
things, they're more
advertisements.
virusy than viruses. So, oh, I titled the slides, but I didn't title the file. So that sometimes gets me. I'll do the one and think I'm doing the other. So here's our not very fancy looking slide presentation. We'll put a picture in there. Pictures are always nice, so you got to put a picture in there. What do you want as a picture, Ian?
Um, hmm. So there's an anime. It's called Cat in a Banana.
It's called what in the banana?
Cat in a Banana.
In the banana or and the banana?
In the banana.
This isn't gonna get me to some like.
I hope not. But it's an anime. I was. It's not the right one.
No,
But
oh, this is cute.
that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, looks like a
Yeah,
little Studio Ghibli kind of guy.
that's the right one. So I don't remember what the anime is called, but that's
No,
the anime.
how, how did you? Do I want to know how you came across that?
I was on Crunchyroll.
What?
I was
This
tired.
isn't helping because I don't know what that means either.
Okay. Well, Netflix, they've got
Oh
an
wait,
anime.
did you say it was on a crunchy roll, like a sushi
Yeah.
roll? Oh,
No, the
okay.
Crunchyroll is like Netflix. It's just a different channel.
It's like a TV channel.
It's a streaming service, but it's
Gotcha. I am
exclusive to
so
anime.
dead when this AI thing, like I'm already like on the fringe of society with all these technological advancements. I'm gonna be the first one dead, I think.
Oh man.
Anyway, yeah, you're okay, so I get it. You're on Crunchyroll. And you saw it?
And I just watched a little bit just to see what it was about, and it's about just this banana peeling, and then there's a cat inside the banana.
Now, is it true? I don't know. I love cartoons, but I don't know anime. I've been told by several people that the storytelling is fantastic. It doesn't really matter what they're doing, but the
It's very
storytelling.
creative sometimes
Okay.
because they'll have like an arc that's seemingly very slow and uneventful, but then once you get past this somewhat seemingly normal event or period of time, it just the arc or anticipation and excitement just comes out of nowhere and it's just like hooked into the plot. There's one that our friend Pasquale loves. It's called Hunter X Hunter.
No, that one I've heard of. So that
Yes,
okay.
that one has a great arc to it, and it's a great example of an anime that does really well.
Okay, Hunter X. Maybe we'll put that on the second slide if we have time
Yeah,
for that. Um, before we go to the speech recognition, maybe there's one thing that I should point out here. In the normal navigation on these Quarto slides uses the keyboard. So you use the up and down arrow keys. You can also, as Ian was doing, you can also use these three horizontal bars and kind of go around. You could probably change the keys that are responsible for advancing as well. What I typically do is there's a mouse wheel command on here as well. And so I think it's just mouse wheel. I'll go slowly here. There it is. So mouse wheel true is something that I usually do on these slides because it makes navigation of them, it enables the wheel to navigate the slides. And so I'm going to do that as one kind of navigation option. And now it's just, I can have this hand free while while I scroll through. Now, I don't know if you've probably noticed it here, but my preview pane within our studio has been acting a little funny since some of the newer versions of our studio. And so depending on the images, it's not always putting them in the right spot and they'll disappear. So I'm not loving that, but I can navigate it with the mouse wheel. Now we'll keep it on the cat and the banana because that's kind of cute. So let's actually see if we can enable the speech recognition now. So the speech recognition, oops, I shouldn't have minimized that. Speech recognition is the command to enable it within our YAML is this reveal JS plugins command. Filters and plugins seem to um, the different extensions seem to favor one of the different structures. I haven't looked into it at all in terms of why or what it is. Now, I haven't read the repo, so I'm not exactly sure just basic like this that's going to do anything. It does say you want to make sure your browser has speech recognition supported on them. So Chrome or Safari looks like it's okay. And Safari, I think, is the standard Apple one. Is that right? Default phrases. Okay, so the default phrases are the same as you talked about, Ian. I think what we'll do is we'll see if we can get the default phrases to work, and then we'll change them. So we'll see if we can actually, uh, we'll see if we
apples and
can,
bananas type
apples,
of thing.
bananas, and hippopotamuses, I think is what,
Yeah,
something very difficult to say. Let's make it difficult. Why not? It's more fun if it's difficult, right? Now
usually.
that's a good sign. I got this pop up here that says uh, they want to use your microphones. So we'll see if I can do it as effectively as Ian. Previous slide. It doesn't like me. Previous slide. Next slide. You know, the thing is, I'm using the microphone
Wait,
for.
hold on. Did you enable it? Check your mic. The mic is in the upper right side next to your favorite button. It should be on the left a little bit. Check if it's enabled. Next to the A on the star, there's a mic, little mic button on your Chrome browser.
Oh, you know what? It's not on a. It's not on a Chrome browser. It's pulling
Oh,
up on a.
Edge. Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
pulling up on Edge. So I
Just all you have to do is just copy the link and then put it into Chrome, right? Or does it not do that?
no
Hopefully it
that
should because it should.
yeah that should work. What I was gonna do is I was gonna change my default browser, but
Hmm.
I don't want to do that either. There we go. But so that's I'm glad you're here to help with this because I was wondering if it was going to be interfering with what we're doing through StreamYard and YouTube, but you already
Yeah, it
proved that it
should. It should be
works.
fine.
So if I say previous slide, hey, there it goes. Next slide, last slide. Was it? Oh, and then what was it? Go to slide two.
Yep.
Was it go to? What was it?
Or
I think it
yeah,
was
that was it.
yeah go. Oh, go to slide number. I forgot number. Go to slide number two. There we go. All right. So this is kind of cool. So let's change it to let's EN5 this thing up a little bit here. So let's make it more fun. So and my mouse wheel still works too, by the way. So both of these work. So let's see if we can. It looks like I'm not sure if there's other options other than the ones that we've played with, but playing with the ones that we played with is probably enough. Now these look like they're pasting in. The thing about these YAMLs is the tabbing matters. So I'm just gonna kind of guess at the level of heading that we actually need. I'm gonna render it and see if we throw an error. Okay, so let's do a not so crazy banana. Banana's okay, right?
Yeah.
So banana will be the next slide, we're hoping. And again, I got to remember to open this up within Chrome. Hopefully it's still echoing. Looks like it's still echoing the preview there. So banana.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're in Edge right now.
Ah, doggone it.
Oh, but it
Banana.
did it. It did it.
Yeah, it does. It likes banana. All right, so that's. I don't know why, but I want hippopotamus. Let's look up. Did you know in
You're
the
hungry, Dr. Kulas, obviously.
hungry?
Yeah.
A hungry,
Right?
hungry hippo?
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
You know there was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon called Peter Potamus or something? Peter Potamus. Yeah. He had his whole show. Peter Potamus.
Ah, I did see one of them episodes.
He had a funny voice, kind of like this. I know they, the good thing about those old 1960s cartoons is they had some pretty cool voices on them. So, so banana is our next slide. No, let's do the last. So we'll do hippopotamus. Oh my goodness. Do we have to spell it right, I wonder?
Hippopotamus.
You think that's anywhere close to right?
Hippopotamus. I mean, like phonetically, it looks correct.
I'm gonna put him on the last page, so we'll do an extra slide here. We'll just have. You can do an entire slide image, so let's look that up. We have a little bit of time. Do you have 10 minutes?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So we can cover the whole slide with an image. I don't remember exactly what the command is, but we'll look for it here. See if we can find it. And it's probably going to be maybe in the advanced.
Custom background?
That's not what I was looking for. That might work as well. It wasn't. Wasn't what I was looking for. Let's go to AI and see if it can help us here.
Hi, Twitter.
Boy, this is terrible. That's a terrible way to write it, but Grok is usually pretty good. There we go. Background image is what I was looking for. So we should be able to use background image and then go Peter Potamus, except I lost my, there he is. Okay, so now that's our last slide. Now theoretically, when we say hippopotamus, it's going to go to that slide. Should
Yeah,
should we
yeah.
do? Should we try something else, or should we just
No,
say
no,
that's
no. I think it'll be fine. I don't think that's how you spell it, but phonetically, I think it should be fine. I don't know how to spell it either.
I think you're right. I was missing an A. I had too many
Hey,
O's.
uh,
Hippopotamus. We'll try it misspelling too and see if it has any difference. I'd be curious. All right. Make sure I'm in Chrome. I got too many doggone browsers open. Uh, there it is. So banana. Try that. Oh, banana. What? Previous slide. That might be. That might actually be. I might have been on the next to last slide. Previous slide. Go to slide number 1. Okay. So now we'll try hippopotamus. Oop, I said it. It's like saying Alexa accidentally. Hippopotamus. Hippopotamus. So I had to say hippopotamus though. Previous slide. It doesn't like previous slides.
yeah, I think the enunciation is a little bit funny.
Yeah,
Oh, go to previous.
and the cadence. You're right. The
Yeah.
cadence too. So previous should be. We'll just say oops.
I like that. That's a great.
Oops. That means I went too far. I wanted to go back. Oops. It likes oops. I think I would probably keep oops. Oops.
I can see the TED Talk right now, Dr. Kulas.
Just keep saying oops. Now, if we say oops again, it's probably gonna blow up because there's no. So, but if we say hippopotamus, there we go. Now, the trick of this would be, you would have to, if you were doing something like a talk and you wanted to just go to a hippopotamus slide, it would have to be the last slide the way that this is currently constructed. Or we'd have to get under the hood and play with it.
You have to really map out and structure the thing so that you would know about. I guess pictures is a great way, I think, so that you could just go to that slide by saying that whatever that image was.
Oops. 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 I'm gonna go back to the banana. Oh, now I said banana. That's gonna screw us up. Did we change banana?
No, it should still be there.
Why
But I
isn't-
think the enunciation is a little funny.
I think you're right. Banana. Yeah. Let's misspell hippopotamus and then let's see how much we can misspell it. And I'll say hippie. Hippie pot.
Timus. Maybe an I?
Okay. Hippopotamus. Let's try it. I know, like you said, Ian, we're trying these different phonetic things here. Oops. 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 So we'll start from the cat banana because I think that's a good place to start. Oh, it picked up banana that time. Oh, no, it's going to
Yeah,
do
I
it
think
again.
very.
Oops. Oops was appropriate because I legitimately keep saying oops. It fits. Like oops should be the word I say. Hippopotamus. Now that wasn't hippopotamus. Hippopotamus. Hippopotamus, right? That's what you
I
said.
think so.
Hippopotamus. Yeah, doesn't
Ah,
like that.
damn.
That's okay.
That would have
Maybe
been great. It would have been like a Harry Potter type of thing. Leviosa.
we could try. What's his what's the Patronus? What is
Yes,
it?
Patronus is a great one.
But is it just Patronus or is it Patronus expectorant or something? We'll just try Patronus first. I haven't been drinking, but the little bar down the street from me, they have a taco and tequila night. Speaking of Patronus, isn't that Patron? Oh no, Patron, I guess is what I'm thinking. It's okay. So what do we Patronus? 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 There's there,
It
there's
might
one
not be able to pick up, like,
Patronus.
I feel like it might have a word bank that has like the speech recognition for it, possibly.
But it had hippopotamus.
I know, because like hippopotamus is like in the dictionary, is what I'm thinking, no? So like Patron, because that's a English word, or Vikings. That's a good
I'm just
one.
trying to think of like proper names that we could try. I'm gonna make sure I'm in the right browser. Vikings. Yeah, that worked. I think it might just be some of these words that we're using are kind of soft syllables. I wonder if that's it. Pretty cool though, huh? I gotta see if we can find one of these things. I don't know if this is on YouTube or not. But there's hey, look at I came up. How'd that happen?
That was so fast.
There's a. Have you ever seen the show The IT Crowd? Here it
I've
is.
seen it episode one.
So they I think this might be the same episode. So they get in trouble with the boss, and they don't have a good reason to be there, but they just kind of make up an excuse and say we installed voice recognition
Oh
because they're not
wow.
getting. And I don't know. That actor is fantastic. He's just
The
so
guy with
funny.
curly hair. Well, they both
Uh,
have curly hair, but
no, well, all of them are good. So yeah, the
yeah.
guy with curly hair, Moss, he's my favorite. That's was it Robert Allende or something? All these people are in more movies now. But so anyway, the setup to this is they want to get Jen fired because she doesn't know anything about computers. And the boss guy, right before they're about to say that they want to get her fired, he's just talking all about team. He's like, team, team, team. Teams are the best thing. Teams. I love the A team. And he's just talking about team. And so they're making up an excuse. And so they told him that they installed speech recognition here.
So why did you come here in the first place? We set up a voice activation system on your computer. I think you're going to enjoy it. It might just take a little while to get the pitch right on the voice, but nonetheless, go ahead. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Exciting. Hello. Hello, computer. Hello.
I don't know if you could hear that or not, but that's pretty good. All right, awesome. Well, Ian, thanks for coming by. It's awesome to see. I'm gonna play with your app a little bit.
No,
Um,
I think it's useful. I think you can, once you start looking at it over a couple of days and like check it and see how it works and stuff. I think it's pretty useful.
Now, how many million am I allowed to make before I have to send you a little kickback?
I mean, if you have 1% to spare, 10%, whatever, floats your boat, you know.
If I make $1 million, I tell you what, you can have 10%. I have no problem with that.
Oh, fantastic.
All right. All right, Ian, thanks for popping by. It's good to see you.
All right. Good night.
All right. See you, everybody.
Bye.